Hey nerds, Bevan here, welcome back to my channel. As a lot of you, some of you, maybe a few of you may know, I am a huge Batman fan. I grew up on the Michael Keaton movies and the Val Kilmer and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I dabbled in the original animated series, but it was never one that like hooked me and I was never obsessed with it. But I've dove headfirst into Batman Beyond and The Batman. Those are some awesome cartoon series for Batman. And obviously I love the Christian Bale movie trilogy. I love Batman versus Superman. I love the Arkham games. I love Batman. But like oddly enough, despite how much I love Batman, and I do have some Batman collectibles, some higher end stuff, I don't right now have a Batman action figure in my collection. Now I stress that when I say action figure, I mean something in that 6-inch scale, in that $20 to $30 price range. I do have some statues, I do have a Hot Toys Batman. I'm talking strictly like something you'd find in the aisle at Toys R Us. So today I want to go through my top 5 Batman action figures I wish were in my collection. Number 1, Hush Batman. Now, correct me if I'm wrong because I am not a Batman comics expert, but this is the version based on the art style of Jim Lee. And again, to the best of my knowledge, and please correct me if I'm wrong because I want to be corrected and I hope there's more, but as far as I know, Jim Lee only worked on the Batman Hush story arc, correct? Bearing that in mind, I love this look for Batman and I love this look of the action figure. And that's why I want it in my collection. Number 2 is the DC Collectibles Designer Series Greg Capullo number 1. I got into reading Batman comics maybe a year before the New 52 started. I read a lot of Battle for the Cowl, was kind of the story arc that was going on before I got into Batman comics. So therefore, this Greg Capullo design for Batman is kind of the one I'm most familiar with in the comic books, because before that, Dick Grayson was Batman, and yeah, he was super cool, but if we're talking Bruce Wayne as Batman, my guy is Greg Capullo. There's a lot of negativity and controversy surrounding the Icons line, which is currently what DC Collectibles is focusing on. DC Direct, DC, whoever makes DC toys. But the Icons Batman classic version is an amazing, amazing action figure. Check it out. There is also the Rebirth version, but I haven't started Rebirth yet because I'm still trying to catch up on New 52. So that's why I want the classic version as opposed to the Rebirth. I've never read a Justice League comic book in my life, but the JLA classified version of Batman is a great action figure. When people describe action figures of superheroes or wrestlers, you picture something that is like unrealistically jacked up. And I know figures nowadays are a lot more realistic and, depending on the character, very lean. This Batman is jacked to the gill, and I like the emphasized musculature of him. I love the exaggeratedness of his physique. I love the fucking V that he has for his lats. I think this figure is awesome and I want it. And I saw it in a comic book store one time in Winnipeg when I was there for a wrestling show, and I didn't get it. And I don't know why, because it was in my hand and I put it down. So those first 4 were like really easy picks for me because they're figures I've been looking at for months and or years in some cases. But picking something to fill out the number 5 spot was a lot more difficult. It's just strictly because I don't really collect DC figures all that much. I do have a handful, and I do want to get more, specifically Batman and Batman family related. But I decided to fill number 5 with the History of DC Batman. I strictly picked this based on a little bit of research, looking at various figures that have come out from DC Collectibles over the years. It's just like a classic look, and I think it looks really sharp. It does look, at least the pictures that I've seen, because I don't think I've seen this figure in person before, but it does look a little bit cheaper and a bit more fun, I guess, compared to the others on this list. So maybe that's a reason why I picked it for this list. But now I want to hear from you guys. I want you to comment below your favorite Batman figure in your collection, or which figure you wish you had in your collection right now for Batman. If you are an avid collector of Batman figures, please hit that like button, because I want to know who's out there who I can get some great tips from in terms of collecting Batman figures. If you are not already, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel. I put out videos once or twice a week, and it's usually about toys. I can be followed on Instagram and Twitter at BevanBoychuk. And until next time, folks, I am out like a light.